Hello, everyone. We are here for our October Flex and Feel Good class. We're going to be going through a full body stretch for the next 30 minutes. So, I'm going to start off with saying my mic is not working, so I'm going to try and talk as loudly and clearly as possible. We are going to be coming back onto our mats. We're going to have whatever props we need around. I'm going to have my blocks. And you know what? I'm also going to have my strap as well. So, of course, if you don't have blocks, thick books, something like that, or even a chair. And when it comes to a strap, you can use a scarf, belt, dog leash, even if you want. Hello, welcome. So we are going to get into it. Of course, because of copyright, we're not going to be having any music. And again, because my mic is deciding to not work today, I'm just going to talk as loud as I can. All right. So I'm going to come back on to my mat. We are going to get started off standing. I'm going to fix that a bit. All right. So just to get us going, we have our feet a little bit wider than hip width. We're going to bring our arms overhead, take a nice big inhale. And exhale, bring your arms down, think of your chest opening. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale your arms into a goal pose shape, so that nice 90-degree angle. Inhale, bring your elbows back behind you, think of your chest opening. Exhale, close it off in front of your face. And again, we open up and close. Good, keep it going. Nice deep inhales as you open, exhales as you close. I'm going to interlace my hands this time, push my palms out and up overhead. I'm going to bring one hand to my hip and reach across for a just gentle side bend here. Making sure the arm is not in front of the ears, but in line with it or a little bit behind. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, bring it down. We switch sides. Breathing nice and deeply throughout this entire class. Good. Slowly bring your hand back around. We're going to go into some shoulder circles here. Bring it up by your ears, down and back. For 3, 2, last one, we switch directions forward. For 3, 2, 1, good. Still gonna focus on the upper body here for this warm-up. Bring your feet together, soft bend in the knees, arms come forward in line with the shoulder. I'm gonna start with my left arm, bringing it back behind me. My gaze follows my hand. I try to keep my hips facing forward. Bring it back nice and slow, switch sides. And we bring it back and we go again. Breathing nice and deeply here. 2 more. Good, last one. Just a nice way to kind of wake up our spine with some rotations. Good. Bring the arms down. Let's widen our stance again. Let's look into the hips a bit. We're gonna go for our classic hip circles here. So of course, soft bend in the knees. Curl the tailbone in, push it forward. Take a breath. Bring it out to the side. Push your hips back. Other side. Forward, very SpongeBob-esque. We bring it around down now, smoothing that out, seeing how our hips are feeling right now. Good. Remember, you can go nice and wide with it, narrow, whatever feels good. One more in this direction when your hips are forward. We switch, so we start off just going forward, side, back, side, forward, so we know the movement, and then we smooth it out. Good. Good. We have 3 more. Last one here. Good. So just to look a little bit into our hip flexors, I just want to go for a nice little march here. High knees, nothing crazy about it. Warming up our hip flexors, a little bit of the hamstrings too, our glutes, and of course bringing our heart rate up just that bit so we can get nice and warm in the body. Good. One more for each leg. Bring it down. I do want you to roll out your ankles, obviously. My ankles are being cut off, but we are rolling them out in one direction and then switching. And we can bring that foot down, switch legs. So again, rolling out those ankles in both directions. Good. Alrighty, so just a nice quick little warm up. Let's start with a forward fold flow just to get a little bit more into our spine and some flexion. So I'm going to adjust my camera here. And so I'm going to turn to the side here. Nice soft bend in my knees, feet a little bit wider than hip width. We're going to bring our arms overhead, take a nice big inhale. Exhale, you're going to bring it down, bend your knees, sit it back, fold forward. Keep a nice soft bend in your knees to start. Take a nice deep breath down here. Roll it back up nice and slow. And we go again. Inhale up. Exhale through the squat into a gentle forward fold. And roll it up again. We'll turn it into a ragdoll this time. So we go through it all. We find that kind of half squat. We're going to hold the half squat, let our torso drape over our legs, let our arms just kind of dangle here. Think of releasing the spine, the shoulders, the neck. If you feel good, grab opposite arm to opposite elbow. And just take a nice few deep breaths, gently swaying side to side. Good. Gently release your arms. We are going to roll it back up to grab our blocks. Again, if we don't have blocks, we can use something like a chair or stool, something that brings the floor a little bit higher to us. So, I have my blocks here. I'm going to adjust my camera one more time so you can see my feet a little bit better. Again, same as before, feet about hip width, a little bit wider if you prefer. Soft bend in the knees. Bring your hands to your blocks. Okay, we're going for our elephant walks here. So I'm going to straighten one leg out, pull my tailbone to the sky, bend the opposite knee. Heels are grounded. Take a nice deep breath and slowly switch. We're going to take our time here, going back and forth. Good. So of course they're called elephant walks because we're moving as slow as one. Getting that stretch in the straight leg as we shift the weight of our hips. Good. Slowly find a bend back in both knees. Take a quick moment, a quick breath. Exhale, pull your tailbone to the sky. Let your legs extend as much as it feels comfortable. You can adjust your props if you would like. Breathing deeply, pushing your weight forward towards the front of your feet. And so we're going to adjust our positioning a bit here. I'm going to widen my arms so I can bring one foot basically right at the bottom end of my blocks or chair, and my other foot can step back. Okay? So we're kind of changing the stretch here, going a little bit more into the calf muscles. And you should be feeling it here. If you lift the back heel, you'll feel it more into the leg and the hamstring too. And you can release it by bringing the heel down. But of course, you'll still be in the stretch, just not as intense. Good. You know what, we're going to turn this one into a little flow, so just do this one more time. We're going to walk our blocks, or whatever prop we're using, forward. Swing our toes to match that direction, so my toes are pointing forward, sorry. And I'm going to actually bring one hand back, or block, chair, whatever, to the front leg I was on, just to kind of readjust our positioning. My opposite arm is kind of hanging out. I'm going to take a nice deep inhale and open up. My shoulders are stacking. I'm breathing deeply, looking forward or up. Slowly bring it down. Come back to your center. You can bend one knee and then the other. Kind of shake it out a bit here. And we're going to switch sides. So come back to straight legs. Bringing one block to the inside of the foot, or moving your chair over. One arm is just kind of hanging out, dangling. We're going to inhale, open it up to the sky. While the sun is blinding me, we think of our shoulders stacking, our chest is opening, we're breathing deeply for another 5. Slowly bring it down. We bring it forward just so we can move both arms together. Shimmy our feet to the opposite side now. And again, our toes are basically in line with the back end of our prop. Straightening the legs out. Find that nice stretch in the hamstring and calf. To go a little bit deeper, come onto your toes on the back foot and gently release. And we can do that a couple of times. Good. From here, bend that front knee so you can step it forward and slowly roll it out. We are actually going to come down to the ground here. So I want us to come into a tabletop position. I'm going to adjust my camera, of course. But take your time, coming on down. We'll start off with some nice cat-cows. So of course, just to go over them, finding our tabletop position, fingers are nice and wide. Tailbone reaches to the sky, belly drops. Shoulder blades squeeze together, chest pulls forward. Take a nice deep inhale. On a slow exhale, curl the tailbone in, round through the spine. Close the chest off. Head drops. Good. And let's go back to that cow position, finding that nice arch in the spine. Thinking of the chest pulling forward to open it up. And we slowly reverse back to cat. And again, find that arch. And move it in to cat. Good. In this cat, I just want you to shimmy your hips a little bit side to side for 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit it back for a moment. Give your wrists a little shake. We're going to go into an adductor rock back. This is just to get into the inner thighs. So I'm going to extend one leg out in front. My toes are pointing forward. My foot is grounded here. I can tuck my back foot or keep it flat. That's up to you. Take a nice deep breath and shift your hips back. So we're going to find that nice deep stretch in the inner thigh. The more we let our leg come out, the more we will feel it. We can come out and slowly sink back into it. Good, we go again. Good. All right, so we're coming back to that neutral kind of stance, that tabletop. I'm going to swing my leg forward. I'm going to heel toe it across my mat. And we are going to gently bend this knee. Okay, so if I just lift my chest up here, we're in this kind of 90-ish position. If it's a lot, you can bring the front leg in. If you know you can go deeper, bring it forward. Let's have our hands on the inside of our foot. Of course, we can use our blocks. So from here, we're going to think of our knee coming in to our armpit, squeezing in. Our inner thighs are squeezing together. Our glutes are firing. Everything is nice and contracted here, so we're not dumping. All right, so make sure the hips are scooping in towards your belly button. Take a nice stretch in the hip flexors. And if you feel good, you can roll to the pinky side, the blade of your foot, letting your knee open out, okay? That's up to you. You can adjust your blocks at any time. You can walk them forward. You can come down to your forearms if you'd like. Taking a nice deep few breaths here. Good. Slowly to come out of it, we bring the knee back in towards our armpit, push our hips back, swing the leg around and in. We're going to do those 2 moves again. I'm just going to turn around here, going into the adductor rock backs. So we're in that tabletop position. We bring our our leg out in line with our hip. As I'm getting blinded by the light again, we're going to sink our hips back out of the light, and we're going to go back in. Okay, so we come out of the stretch, and we sink back into it. If we prefer, we can always just hold, sink that sink, or we can just kind of rock in and out of it, going a little bit deeper each time. We're going to do a few more here. Good. Find center. Bring that leg forward again. We heel toe it on to our mat. So we're our front leg is not in line with our hip. It's actually a little bit outside of it. Curl the tailbone in. Hands can come down to blocks, the floor, whatever feels good. Curl the tailbone in. Remember, we don't have to be this deep into it if you don't want to be, or if your body doesn't want to be. Okay, so our knee is pulling in towards our shoulder blade right now. If you want, you can roll to the blade of the foot, letting the knee open out. And again, we are going to breathe and hold here. So just take your time. You can close your eyes if you like, breathing deeply through it. Good. When you're ready, if your knee was out, pull it back in towards your armpit. Push your hips back. Bring it around. Good. I'm just checking the time real quick. Where are we at? We are good. So let's do a little thing for our back here, and then we'll kind of end up with a nice lateral flow. So come onto your belly here. Take your time. Coming down to your forearms, so you're kind of in a moderate sphinx pose. Palms down, fingers nice and wide. Let's roll our shoulders back, pushing our tailbone into the ground. Our neck is nice and long, so we are in that proper, quote-unquote, classic sphinx position here. I'm going to take a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, I think of my fingers and palms suction cupping to the ground, and I slowly straighten my elbows out, lifting my chest and opening it up. Take a nice deep breath. On this exhale, we're going to slowly drag our chest forward and down. Okay, really use your core and your back muscles versus your elbows and arms. Good. Coming back to that sphinx. We're going to just do it 3 more times. So hands stay nice and still. We're going to push up. Take a nice breath. Exhale, pull your chest down nice and slow with control. Back to your sphinx. All right, 2 more. Inhale, and you exhale up. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. Good, last one. Good, you bring it down. All right, just to come out of it, we're gonna lift our chest and our hips. And we can come onto our bums here into a nice wide V, where of course, again, I'm going to be blinded by this sun because I didn't close my blinds before going live. All right, so we're in this nice wide V shape. Just by sitting here, you should be feeling a very gentle stretch in the inner thighs. So I'm going to go just through our lateral flow, just kind of end us off for this class. You can bring your arms out in line with your shoulders into your spine, nice and tall. Bring one arm down, other arm up and over in to a nice little side bend. Really think of your chest twisting open. Good. We're going to slowly bring our chest back down to face our knee, heart to knee. Remember, we're not thinking nose to knee, we're not rounding through. Think of your spine lengthening outwards. Hands can be beside your leg, on your leg, to your foot, whatever feels good. Make sure your other hip is not lifting. You can gently push it down if it was. Breathing nice and deeply here. All right, and we're going to slowly walk to center. And again, for this type of movement, we're going to think of our chest opening, our spine is arching. We're going to slowly walk our hands forward, stopping where it feels good, never into pain. If we feel like we can walk a little bit further, cool. I don't want your shoulders hunching up by your ears if you are, though. Okay? Nice and slow, breathing deeply. Remember, we're just stopping where it feels good. We want the stretch, but of course we never want pain. Very slowly, we walk it back out and we automatically start shifting to the other leg for heart to knee. So again, not rounding over, keeping it open, keeping it long. Hands beside or on your leg, whatever feels good. Make sure the other hip is not lifting. And we just breathe and hold here. Just a nice final stretch in the hamstrings. Again, still in the adductors since we're in this position. All right, when you're ready, slowly bring that arm up and over, other arm comes forward. Again, we think of the chest opening here. One nice final breath. Exhale it up. And that does bring us to the end of our class. I'm going to immediately shift forward so I'm not being blinded by the sunlight. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Flex and Feel Good class. I hope your body is feeling a little bit better. Of course, make sure you subscribe. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments. And I will see you for our November installment of this 30-minute class. But until then, make sure you stay hydrated and you get some rest. And I'll see you again soon.